Alright guys, we are back. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy CMB checking in from Mexico. I'm still out here on my vacation, guys. Still out here enjoying myself. I got 3 more days to relax, and I'm going to take advantage of it. But what I wanted to come on here and talk about was Vergil Ortiz, Sebastian Fundora, and Terrence Bud Crawford. Now, quick moment of transparency here. I didn't watch the Vergil Ortiz versus Serhii Bohachuk fight. I was too busy enjoying myself, by the way. But I did get to watch the highlights. And what I saw from the highlights was a hell of a fight, guys. It seemed like a barn burner of a fight, a old-fashioned slugfest. Of course, there were 2 knockdowns in the fight. Vergil Ortiz got knocked down in the fight. And some people are saying that Serhii Bohachuk was robbed in the fight. You know, I've been seeing a lot of that online. I can't really make a true assessment from watching highlight reels, but I did look at the CompuBox numbers, and I saw that Ortiz landed the higher percentage of total punches. I saw he landed the higher percentage of total power punches, and I just had to make an assessment from that and assume that they got it right. But from all the complaining that I'm seeing about Serhii Bohachuk being robbed, I would say the least that Vergil Ortiz and his team can do is run it back. You know, I think that's only fair. But I haven't watched the whole fight, so like I said, I only made an assessment from CompuBox numbers and looking at the highlight reels. And you guys know how that can be doctored to look, you know, in favor of one fighter. So I don't really want to go on that. So maybe you guys can tell me who watched the whole fight actually think about that fight in the comment section of who actually won that fight. But anyway, Ortiz, he calls out the winner of the Errol Spence Jr. versus Sebastian Fundora fight, which I don't know when we're going to get that fight, but that's who he wants next. And that got me to thinking, because I know Turki Al-Sheikh, His Excellency, was entertaining Vergil Ortiz versus Terrence Bud Crawford. Now it seems like it's a case of what Sebastian Fundora said about going in a different direction, or, you know, and what's the deal here? You know, I noticed that after the Madrimov fight, and a lot of the fans were, you know, kind of coming down on Crawford and saying that he lost the fight, which is absolute nonsense, and that he's been exposed. I noticed that these fighters at 154 are still trying to maneuver around Crawford. They're not calling him out. They don't want to get in the ring with him, and that's quite apparent. Vergil Ortiz says he's looking at the winner of Sebastian Fundora, Errol Spence Jr. Why not Crawford? You know, why not Crawford? And it proves my point about styles making fights, and certain fighters know that certain guys are bad style matchups for them. Vergil Ortiz, you guys saw the way he fought Bohachuk in that fight. That's not going to be the same fight with Crawford. Crawford's too skilled, great footwork. I think he washes Vergil Ortiz in that fight. So he would rather go the route of, you know, an Errol Spence Jr., who I would say would be a lot more tailor-made for him. Now, Sebastian Fundora, I think he's a different story. I think, you know, he's kind of switched his style up a bit. You guys know he used to like to fight on the inside, but now, you know, after the knockout from Brian Mendoza, he's kind of switched it up. He's using his height and his reach to his advantage. I think that would be a tougher fight for Vergil Ortiz if Sebastian Fundora would win. And honestly, I think Sebastian Fundora would be a tough fight for Crawford, in my opinion, with the way he's fighting now. And I'm a big fan of Sebastian Fundora. I like what he's bringing to the table. You guys know I'm a big fan of Crawford. I think that's a really competitive fight. And I don't think that Sebastian Fundora is afraid to face Crawford, because we know he wanted to fight Crawford, but I think his team doesn't want to put him in there with Crawford for whatever reason it is. Of course, the PBC, I don't think they really like Crawford. I think they're trying to block him out. they're saying it's a money thing, but I think Sebastian Fundora would make more money fighting Crawford with with all the money that Turki Al-Sheikh brings to the table. So I just think it's a hatred for Crawford, and I don't think they believe that Sebastian Fundora can beat Crawford. I don't think his team believes that. I don't think the PBC and Al Heyman believe that he can beat Crawford. They really didn't want that fight with Errol Spence Jr. because it messed up their plans for Canelo Alvarez fight. And they don't want to mess anything else up. They don't want Crawford walking away with that belt. So I think that has a lot to do with it. Now, another thing I want to discuss before I get off here and get back to my vacation was I've been seeing a lot of Turki Al-Sheikh hate online here. And it kind of baffles me, and I chuckle at it because, for years, I talked about this before, how we complained about not getting the big fights, how we complain about, the other side of the street nonsense, BS. And now here's a guy who actually has the money to, make things happen, give fighters great paydays, but they got to give us the fights that we want to see. They got to get in the ring with the best competition, and that's a win-win in my book. That's a win for the fighters. That's a win for the fans. We get what we want. They get bigger paydays. They get to take care of their families, putting themselves at risk, and having to step up. But I just see people complaining, calling them names, downing his culture. It is absolutely ridiculous. What the hell do you guys want? Are you guys boxing fans? That's what I want to know. Are you real boxing fans? Or you just pretend to be a boxing fan, and you like the status quo. You like the fact that fighters duck the best competition, and certain platforms don't want to play nice together. Do you guys really like that? I don't know. It just baffles my mind, and it just got me to thinking. Some of these guys, nothing satisfies them. They just love to complain about anything. And anyway, I'm just ranting on right now. I'm ranting on. I'm gonna get out here and get some more of this sun. Maybe get me something to drink, guys. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think about the fight. If you watched the full fight, let me know if you think Vergil Ortiz really won that fight, or do you think they got it wrong? Do you think Serhiy Bohachuk should be the winner, and do you think they should run it back? You guys let me know how you feel about that in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.